Hi there students! Welcome back to another video lesson. So after nating discuss yung multiplication of rational algebraic expressions, so our next operation will be dividing rational algebraic expressions. So let's start. So for our lesson objective, of course, we will be dividing rational algebraic expressions. As mentioned dun sa previous video lesson ko dun sa multiplication of rational expressions. So hindi po nalalayo yung process po ng pag-divide ng rational expressions. So meron lang po tayong idadagdag dito na i-discuss ko na po siya sa mga susunod na slides. So let's have a short activity. Divide the following rational numbers. So as you can see, fractions pa rin po naman yung ating mga given. Okay. So number 1, negative 8 all over 21 divided by negative 24 over 35. Okay. So yung process po ng dividing rational numbers, so i-multiply po natin yung dividend dun sa reciprocal ng divisor. So ganito po siya. So, by the way, if we divide negative by negative, that is positive. So, pwede na po nating i-write as 8 over 21 times the reciprocal of 24 over 35, that is 35 over 24. So, reciprocal, so kung anong term na nasa numerator, ilagay sa denominator. Yung nasa denominator, ilagay sa numerator. So, yun lang po yung reciprocal. And then, we multiply them. So, cross multiplication. So, 8 tsaka 24, yung GCF is 8. So, 8 divided by 8, that is 1. 24 by 8, that is 3. What about 35 and 21? So, that is 7. So, 35 divided by 7, that is 5. 21 divided by 7, that is 3. So, multiplying the remaining factors, 1 times 5, that is 5. 3 times 3, that is 9. So, 5 over 9 is our final answer. Wherein, nakasimplify na po siya. Next, 25 over 18 divided by 40 over 27. So, again, we multiply the dividend 25 over 18 by the reciprocal of the divisor. That is 27 over 40. Now, 25 and 40, the GCF is 5. So, 25 by 5, that is 5. 40 by 5, that is 8. Next, 27 and 18. So, the GCF is 9. So, 27 by 9, that is 3. 18 by 9, that is 2. Then, we multiply the remaining factors. 5 times 3, 15. 2 times 8, that is 16. So, again, sa pagmumultiply po ng mga fractions, so, numerator to numerator, denominator to denominator. So, our final answer is 15 over 16. So, dividing rational algebraic expressions. In dividing rational expressions, we multiply the dividend by the reciprocal of the divisor. So, ganun lang po yung process. So, ang kinukuhanan po natin ng reciprocal is yung divisor. The one that is being divided. Hindi po yung pinandi-divide. Hindi po natin pwedeng kunin yung reciprocal ng dividend. So, divisor lang po. For rational expressions, so A over B divided by C over D equals A over B times D over C, yung reciprocal ng C over D. And then, B is not equal to 0, C is not equal to 0, and D is not equal to 0. It's because the word undefined. So, tatandaan nyo po, we cannot divide a number, a term by 0. It's because the answer will be undefined. So, here are the steps in dividing rational algebraic expressions. So, after po natin kunin yung reciprocal ng divisor, so ito po yung next na gagawin po natin. So, same process with multiplication po. So, we factor completely the numerator and denominator. So, ang pinagkaiba lang, kailangan muna natin kunin yung reciprocal ng divisor. And then, we divide out common factors. And then, lastly, so, the remaining factors, i-multiply lang po natin. Numerator to numerator, denominator to denominator. So let's have example number 1. 9x to the 4th power all over 28y to the 6th power divided by 24x squared all over 7y to the 4th power. So the first step, so kunin muna natin reciprocal ng divisor, then mag-proceed tayo sa multiplication. So ang reciprocal po is 7y to the 4th power all over 24x squared. So para hindi nga po magulo ang solusyon, so yung mga numerical coefficients muna ang ating ika-cancel o ika-cross multiply. Okay, so 9 tsaka 24, so yung greatest common factor is 3. 9 divided by 3, that is 3. 24 divided by 3, that is 8. 7 and 28, yung GCF is 7. 7 divided by 7, that is 1. 28 divided by 7, that is 4. And then, i-rewrite natin yung mga remaining factors. So, 3x to the 4th power, y to the 4th power, all over, so 4 times 8, that is 32. X squared, y to the 6th power. So, mind you, sa pagsulat po ng mga variable na yan, kailangan po nakasulat po sila in alphabetical order. So, alam naman po natin alin ang nauuna, x or y. Of course, that is the variable x. So, and then, we apply quotient rule. So, x to the 4th power over x squared, that is x squared, di ba? Susulat natin 32, and then x to the 4th power over x squared nga, that is x squared. 4 minus 2, that is 2. So, since positive naman yung sagot, retain siya sa numerator. Now, y to the 4th power all over y to the 6th power. So, 4 minus 6, that is negative 2. So, since yung exponent natin is negative 2, yung y raised to negative 2, kailangan natin i-move sa denominator para maging positive, maging y squared. So, our final answer will be 3x squared all over 32y squared. So, let's have the next example. A to the 5th power b all over c divided by ab squared all over c to the 4th power. So, i-rewrite lang natin ng naka-reciprocal na yung divisor and then multiplication na yung operation. So, a to the 5th power b all over c times the reciprocal of the divisor, that is c to the 4th power all over a b squared. So, pwede natin silang pagsamahin, i-multiply natin yung numerator sa denominator since magkakaiba naman ng variable. Now, we apply quotient rule. So, a to the 5th power minus 1. So, kapag wala pong exponent, understood 1, kagaya ng a, tsaka c. Okay, next. b raised to 1 minus 2, and then c raised to 4 minus 1. So, i-rewrite lang natin banda dito. 5 minus 1, that is 4. So, a to the 4th power, and then b raised to 1 minus 2, that is negative 1. And then 4 minus 1 dun sa c, that is c cubed. Now, kung may negative exponents po, kailangan po nating ilipat sa denominator. So, what if yung negative exponents nasa denominator? So, no problem po, dalhin lang po sa numerator. So, our final answer will be a to the 4th power c cubed all over b. So, yung b raised to negative 1, ilipat natin sa denominator, naging positive na yung exponent. Okay, so this will be our final answer. So, let's have example number 3. M squared minus 36 all over 3m plus 27 divided by m minus 6 all over m squared minus 81. So, kagaya po ng ginawa ko dun sa multiplication of rational expressions, so iisa-isahin ko po yung mga terms. So, para makita nyo po yung mga factor po nila. So, like for example, m squared minus 36. can be factored using difference of two squares, that is the square root of m squared, that is m, and then the square root of 36, that is 6. So that is m minus 6 times m plus 6. What else? 3m plus 27 naman po. So using common monomial factor, so the greatest common monomial factor is 3. And then to get the terms inside the parentheses, so 3m plus 27 divided by 3. So that is m plus 9. What else? M minus 6 cannot be factored kasi simplified na po siya. And then m squared minus 81, again using difference of two squares. That is m minus 9 and then m plus 9. Now, we rewrite them. Make sure kapag nire-write na natin yun, so kasi nalista mo na yung mga factors, kunin na po natin yung reciprocal ng divisor, of course. So, m squared minus 36, m minus 6, m plus 6. All over 3 times m plus 9. And then yung reciprocal nga, so m minus 9 times m plus 9. All over m minus 6. Now, we cancel out common terms. So, m minus 6, m minus 6, m plus 9, m plus 9. And then, yung mga natira, m plus 6 times m minus 9 all over 3. And then, i-multiply natin yung mga terms, remaining factors dun sa numerator using FOIL method. So, m times m, that is m squared. And then, i-add natin yung sum ng o tsaka i, yung outer tsaka inner terms. So, m times negative 9, that is negative 9m. 6 times m, that is 6m. Now, negative 9m plus 6m, that is negative 3m. We follow the sign of the bigger value and then we proceed to subtraction. Now, 6 times negative 9, that is negative 54. All over 3. Okay. So, this will be our final answer. Next, example number 4. 25b squared minus 9 all over b squared minus 4 divided by 5b plus 3 all over b plus 2. So, dito po, ang ifa-factor po natin is yung dividend lang. Kasi yung ating divisor, hindi po pwedeng i-factor na. Kasi simplified na po. Ang gagawin lang po natin is kunin yung reciprocal. So, 25b squared minus 9. So, we use difference of two squares. So, 5b minus 3 tsaka 5b plus 3. And then, b squared minus 4, factoring difference of two squares pa rin. So, b minus 2, b plus 2. So, rewrite natin. So, 5b minus 3 times 5b plus 3 all over the factors of b squared minus 4, b minus 2 times b plus 2. And then the reciprocal of the divisor, don't forget, that is b plus 2 all over 5b plus 3. Now we cancel out common terms. So 5b plus 3, b plus 2. So as you can see, ang natira na lang po natin is 5b minus 3 all over b minus 2. So this will be our final answer. So let's have example number 5. P squared minus 16 all over p squared divided by p squared plus 7p plus 12 all over p cubed minus 4p squared. So we factor p squared minus 16 using difference of two squares. That is p minus 4 times p plus 4. Okay, next. P squared plus 7p plus 12 using general quadratic trinomial. So what are the factors of 12? That when added will give a sum of 7, the coefficient of the middle term. So that is, the factors are 4 and 3. So, sulat lang natin p plus 3 and then p plus 4. So, again, regardless of the order. So, kung nauna p plus 4 and then p plus 3, that's okay. Next, what about p cubed minus 4p squared? So, using common monomial factor. So, the greatest common monomial factor is p squared. P cubed divided by p squared, that is p. So, quotient rule kasi, 3 minus 2, 1 na lang po yun. So, p na lang, understood, 1 ang exponent. Next, negative 4p squared divided by p squared. So, p squared over p squared cancel. So, matitira na lang po, negative 4. So, we rewrite them na. So, p plus 4 times p minus 4 and then p squared. The reciprocal of the divisor, p squared times p minus 4 all over p plus 3 times p plus 4. So, the factors of p squared plus 7p plus 12. Now, we cancel out common terms. P plus 4, p plus 4, p squared. So, ang natira lang po is p minus 4 times p minus 4 all over p plus 3. So, kung makikita nyo po, pareho lang po yung terms na nasa numerator. So, hindi po natin pwedeng isulat as p minus 4 and then quantity squared. So, kailangan po multiply po talaga. So, kapag ganun po, we apply FOIL method. So, that is p times p squared, and then add the products of the outer terms and inner terms. P times negative 4, negative 4p. Negative 4 times p, that is also negative 4p. So, if we add them, that is negative 8p. Negative 4 times negative 4, that is positive 16. All over p plus 3. So, this will be our final answer. Next example, y squared plus 3y minus 28 divided by y squared minus 49 all over y squared minus 5y minus 14. So, using general quadratic trinomial, so, yung mga factors po ng negative 28 na kapag pinag-add, lilitaw yung 3, yun po ay 7 and negative 4. So, sulat po natin as y plus 7, y minus 4. Okay. And then, y plus 2, quantity squared, pwede naman nating isulat as y plus 2 times y plus 2. Okay. And then, y squared minus 49 using difference of two squares. So, that will become y plus 7 times y minus 7. Next, using general quadratic trinomial again, so, y squared minus 5y minus 14. So, the factors of negative 14 that when added will give a sum of negative 5, that is negative 7 and 2. So, y minus 7, y plus 2. So, rewrite lang natin. Okay. So, yung y plus 2 quantity squared, pwede na po natin express na ganyan. And then, the reciprocal of the divisor, y minus 7, y plus 2. All over y minus 7, y plus 7. So, next step po, kakancel na po tayo ng mga common terms. Y plus 7, y plus 7, y minus 7, y minus 7, y plus 2, tsaka y plus 2. Okay, so yung mga natirang terms po natin, factors, that is y minus 4 all over y plus 2. So this will be our final answer. So by the way, so kapag ganyan po, nakita nyo y, tapos y din sa denominator, so hindi po natin pwedeng i-cancel yon unless wala pong operation o walang terms na nasa tabi niya. So as you can see dito, meron po kasing minus, and then plus sa denominator. So, kung y lang po, both numerator and denominator, pwede po natin i-cancel. Same with 4 and 2. So, ganun din po. Example number 7. So, our last example, n cubed minus 27 all over n squared minus 64 divided by n squared plus 3n plus 9 all over n squared plus n minus 72. So, n cubed minus 27 using difference of 2 cubes. So, we extract the cube root of the first term, that is n cubed. So, n na lang po siya. And then, minus, so kung ano po yung operation or sign na nasa gitna ng dalawang binomial na yon, yun po ang susundan. And then, the cube root of 27, that is 3. So, yan na po yung binomial factor. So, how do we get the trinomial factor? So, gagawin po natin, yung first term ng binomial factor, square po natin. So, that is n squared. And then, we change the sign of the product of n and negative 3. So, n times negative 3, that is negative 3n. So, change nga natin. So, magiging plus 3n. And then, yung last term ng trinomial factor natin, so, yung negative 3, square natin, that is positive 9. So, tandaan, pag difference of 2 cubes, makikita nyo yung trinomial factor puro positive. Kapag naman po sum of 2 cubes, alternate, negative and then positive. Next, n squared minus 64 using difference of 2 squares. That is n minus 8 times n plus 8. Next, n squared plus 3n plus 9. So, hindi na po pwedeng i-factor yan kasi wala pong factors ng 9 na kapag pinag-add, lilitaw ang 3. So, retain lang po siya. And then, n squared plus n minus 72. So, kapag n lang po ang nakalagay or variable lang po, understood ang numerical coefficient po is 1. Now, what are the factors of negative 72 that when added will give a sum of 1? The numerical coefficient of n, the middle term. So, factors po niya is, or are, 9 and negative 8. So, rewrite lang natin. Wala pong kaproblema sa multiplication and division as long as familiar po tayo sa mga factoring techniques. Then, the reciprocal, okay, now, we cancel out common terms. N squared plus 3n plus 9. N minus 8. Okay, so yung mga natira po natin, n minus 3 times n plus 9 all over n plus 8. So, using FOIL method, so n times n, that is n squared. And then, we add the products of outer terms and inner terms. N times 9, that is 9n. And then, negative 3 times n, that is negative 3n. So, 9n plus negative 3n, that is positive 6n. And then, finally, negative 3 times 9, that is negative 27 all over n plus 8. So, this will be our final answer. So, after we multiply and divide rational algebraic expressions na nakita nyo naman na mas madali kasi we use factoring techniques. Kasi kung nakita nyo, napansin nyo, puro tayo nagka-cancel. So, as long as alam nating i-factor yung mga expressions, wala tayong magiging problema. So, after that, we will be discussing on how to add rational algebraic expressions and of course, we will be subtracting also rational algebraic expression wherein dito, gagamit tayo ng LCD, the least common denominator, na gaya sa mga fractions. So, I hope naging clear yung discussion natin sa division of rational algebraic expressions. So, yun lang. Maraming salamat.